What does rich in real life feel like to you?
Rich in real life feels like the ability to do what I love, help the people I love without wondering, can I afford it? Like, I still don't feel successful.
Because you can put a room in a chokehold. We all like, where are we? What is this?
This for me now is to fully embrace that I have actually mastered some things. And before I didn't feel comfortable saying that, but it's true. I've been able to master closing the gap between I want to and I did that. I don't live very long in my head on I want to do that. So
Right.
I've mastered the skill of what it takes to make it out of my head and make it to an outcome externally so I can get data and start improving on getting better at it.
If you're watching this video, you're about to make a whole lot of money.
What's up, guys? We are back for another episode of Rich in Real Life. This is your host, your girl, Jessica Hurley, and I am here with one of my favorite faith and business coaches, but someone, look, in a world of skepticism, someone that I truly admire and inspire in the words and the way that they communicate and connect with others and the people that they serve. This is someone that really keeps me going, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear this message, this conversation, what he's up to, and the work that he is doing and the impact that he has and how he is evolving. I think you guys are going to love this episode. So welcome my guest on Rich in Real Life, Marcus Rozier. So one of the things I know, well, we could go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'll start here because you are a genius across the board. You're one of my favorite people to listen to. And there's a lot of things I think that are unclaimed that I would claim for you for sure. Tell me, with all this experience in the marketplace with other entrepreneurs, operating at the level you're operating at, probably the money that you may or may not have anticipated that you would have.
Yeah.
What does rich in real life feel like to you?
Rich in real life feels like the ability to do what I love, help the people I love without wondering, can I afford it? Yeah, so I get a chance to really be who I am that I said I would be, because we normally say in theory, if I had the money, I would. When you have the money, you get to see, will you? And you're held accountable internally to, man, I am what I said I would be.
What about the folks that never think they would have the money?
Yeah, I think you get a chance. It's a mirror. You get a chance to see, or and you realize, for me, money is so not important. What money did for me is allowed me the opportunity to not have to worry about myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted. I wanted the ability to function in purpose, where sometimes you can't. I had to, me and oftentimes most people, like, this is just life's reality when you're building and you haven't found an environment for your purpose. When you're building, haven't found that environment that's profitable, you have to live part-time, work full-time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's not about the money just allows you the opportunity to live full-time.
Did it feel like what you thought it would feel like?
No,
What?
not at all. Not at all.
Which part?
All of it. It didn't feel like success. Success didn't feel like success. So everybody else knew it before me, even now. What you're saying to me feels uncomfortable is like, I still don't feel successful.
That's wild.
Yeah, I still don't feel successful.
Because you can put a room in a chokehold. We all like, where are we?
Wow. That, you know what's crazy? Like when we were, when you came to the event, and I was watching y'all face, and I would pause and be like, why are y'all looking like that? And you had to tell me, it was like, hey, we were processing.
We were processing.
I didn't know that.
You were taking us layer by layer by layer. No, it's up. It was layer by layer by layer, where it was like, ask yourself this, think this. And it's like, and I think we don't ever get the full breadth of some of the things that were asked or understand. And you really took us, I think in that moment, you took us to this walk through our identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, what? And I just don't think people give themselves the time or the space to have the foresight or the visualization period of what they can be when given the capacity.
Oh, that's good.
And I think you just said it. I think entrepreneurship, while we gloat and glamorize and all the things, I think what it does is it gives you the space to see who you want to be if given the opportunity. Because in the working space, in the corporate, you are in full survival mode all the time. You are one paycheck away from a slip up. And entrepreneurship can be similar, however. You can lose it all overnight. But I think when you have the margin in the space, you are so-and-so green or profitable, and you have the financial space, you now have the creative space to be like, I'm not surviving. I have space now. What would I do when I have space?
Yeah.
Who would I be? What would I create? How do I feel when I create? And I don't think we get the space and those opportunities to do that. And I think some of the questions that you have proposed before in spaces that I've been in is where I'm like, I have had the space for far too long and not done enough with it.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Where I'm like, ooh, get back to impact, get back to community, get back to connection. Like, and what burned you before doesn't mean that that's forever. Like someone will burn you out of your passion.
Yeah.
And then you got to come back and be like, and what I really think is true is like, you were just talking about purpose and passion. What I love that I've seen, and I ain't been in the game as long as you, it's been like 5-6 years. But what I've already seen in the cycle is like, you will be doing something that you're like, I would do this if you didn't pay me. I would do this and I love it.
100%.
And then something or someone comes along that burns you right out of it. You're like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I'm never touching that again.
Yeah.
And then when you get back to a comfortable space that gives you the space to create and kind of like, you get to stretch a little bit, flex a little bit. You're like, damn, if all else fails, I want to go back to the thing.
Yeah.
Because I love doing that. That feels like impact. That feels like purpose to me. And even an unhealthy, undesirable experience can't take me away from that.
So true. I think it go both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you said that feels like, and you can add words to it, but there's also seasons of evolution where you can't add words to describe that feeling.
Me, the last 3 months,
right?
Literally.
That feels good, embarrassing, scary, right? So it's a mix of emotions, and normally that's the version of you that you used to be. Is holding on to that last piece of this used to feel good.
And I'm trying to stretch to something new, but I ain't made it there yet.
Yeah.
That's what I kept. That was you just checked on me recently.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 times over the course of like 4 months. And you kept saying, well, what does it feel like? And what I keep saying to you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what this is right now, but I got nothing. I got no words. And I am a woman of many words.
But you have to know that that's okay. That's the hard part. When you're a high achiever, we like to clearly define things fast and have a vivid vision.
Yes.
But you have to know that.
Oh, don't let me be visionless.
Yeah,
I'm out here blind. It's a mess.
Yeah. Which we all struggle with, right? Like I'm transitioning to the me I was always meant to be.
I was about to say your highest self.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, me I was always meant to be. So you're embracing that because the part of me that is humble doesn't see me, but the part of me that is self-aware does.
Right.
Right. So the self-awareness is like, you got more than this. You can do more than this. You don't enjoy this. You're not abandoning a group of people to no longer provide this for them. Why it takes from you. Right.
Right.
So now it's like, yo, when you make that transition, I can't clearly define all of it, but I know for a fact I'm supposed to do this. Like, that's the thing. I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I know I'm supposed to be helping another group of people that I can't see clearly, and I got to leave a group of people I can see clearly. I'm okay with that.
What is this?
This for me now is to fully embrace that I have actually mastered some things. And before I didn't feel comfortable saying that, but it's true. I've mastered some things.
You got some receipts.
Yeah, I've mastered some things. The way I word it, and I'm gonna word it even moving forward this weekend. I got an event coming up. Is I've been able to master closing the gap between I want to and I did that. I don't live very long in my head on I want to do that. So
Right.
I've mastered the skill of what it takes to make it out of my head and make it to an outcome externally so I can get data and start improving on getting better at it. Most people are so in their head on something. Like, let me word it this way. Most people are so in their head still on the grocery list. I closed the gap between the grocery list, cooking it and tasting it. Now I know next time I make it, it was too salty.
Right.
You can't live forever on the grocery list, fam.
Right.
So like I've mastered closing that gap. I want to do this. How fast can I learn it? I call it putting a clock on your thoughts. If not, we will call education a different word from procrastination. Well, I'm just researching. No, you're not. You cannot perfect or educate or research something you ain't done. So the greatest educator is adapting on something you've done. Oh, bro, little Timmy, how long you gonna read a book on riding bikes? Ride the bike.
Right. Right. Ride the bike.
Ride the bike.
Yeah.
So you learn from falling. You learn how to walk from falling. You learn how to swim from swimming. So in the space, you got to close the gap and put a actual, when I say clock and calendar on your thoughts, how long does it take to learn it? How long does it take before you do it? That's a clock and that's a calendar. I'm going to study for this long. I'm going to do it on this date, and then I'll research what I can do better. And this is how we grow.
Yeah.
That's what I've mastered. I've mastered closing the gap, putting a clock on my thoughts and holding myself to the highest level of responsibility to say, how hard would I work if nobody knew I was working?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like how hard would I work if nobody knew I was working? How long would I work if nobody could see it? I have an internal clock, an internal scoreboard. I'm scoring me. Just say, yeah, that was good. That wasn't my best.
Right.
I don't listen to that outside noise. Man, you killed. Likes and comments is not the ballot box to vote on my credibility.